Hello, folks. Happy Wednesday morning.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Somebody
My
throwing
ca-
cans at you?
no, I had a cane sitting right here beside my mouse and it just fell. It's like
Mm.
I'm out. Uh, Luckily, it wasn't this can.
Yeah.
I forgot to throw it away. I emptied one right before, or finished drinking one right before we started and set it down. And it's like, yeah, that'll just sit there until I'm over. And then it decided not to sit there anymore. How you feeling this morning, Bass Man?
Um, Still no right hand.
Still no right hand. I think we're just going to have to put you down like a racehorse.
It's got a nerve pinched in my back somewhere or something that cutting it off. But it's weird that I only feel it in my hand. I don't feel it wherever the nerve is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where I broke my neck, messed up the nerves in my neck, my hands. It don't hurt in my neck. It just hurts in my hands.
Yeah.
It's weird how that does that. What's like when your foot's asleep, you know,
Yeah.
like it doesn't bother you up in your hip where you're cutting the circulation off.
Yeah.
It bothers you down on your foot.
Yeah. You be sitting on a concrete wall or something. Your feet will go to sleep, but your butt don't really hurt.
Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and say hello to the fine folks. Right off the bat, Sea Griller Stacker, member of the channel, is saying hello, people and pets. Talking to you, Ozzy. Talking to you, Ozzy. And everybody else's. Good to see you, buddy. Mr. Dennis D is in the house saying hello to Sea Griller Stacker. We got Bass Man saying hello to Stacker. My pets say hello. Yes. Got the kitty cat, got the puppy dog. Scott S., good morning, sir. Saying morning, everyone. Good to see you, buddy. Miss Amy Harrell, member of the channel, saying good morning, Tiny and Bassman. That's right. Mr. Kevin is on the road, headed to Pittsburgh this morning, to the Pittsburgh show.
Traveling.
We got Chad Wolfenschleckersteiner Hassenbergerdorf. Good morning, sir. Saying honey, Tiny and Bass. Saying good morning, Tiny, Bassman, and Kevin. If Mr. Kevin's listening, we have Kiddo Man. Good morning, man. People talking back and forth and saying hello to one another. I love it. Hey, right after Kiddo Man, we have Brown Sugar 0069. Good morning, man. Ozzy's favorite person is Yo Fan. Good morning, Yo Fan. Saying good morning, my friends. And at Ozzy. This dog is so lazy. I don't even know. Unless he's awake. And then if he's awake, he's constantly on the watch. Anybody going to get my dad? Anybody going to get my dad? He's like a guard at an army base or Navy, Marines, armed forces base. He's a guard. When they're not on duty, they're asleep. When they're on duty, they're on duty. Hope I'm not missing anybody. If I am, I am so sorry. We have Dr. 55 Chevy in the house. Good morning, Doctor. Saying hello from wild, wonderful West Virginia. Oh, Baba went into Miss Amy's bag and ate some toothpaste because I carry a brush and paste. Nice.
You wanted fresh breath.
Yeah. Chad says, I just bought some of the most expensive oil stocks out there. Whoa. We're caught up 5 minutes in. Let's go back and see what folks are saying this morning. Mr. Scott had something to say. Bassman, has the doctor given you steroids? Have a severely shredded bicep, and steroids really helped the pain.
No, they didn't give me any steroids. I didn't go to the doctor yet, so never for it. But I have both arms. I've had both shoulders operated on twice. Completely destroyed my left shoulder. Actually, it was more my chest than my shoulder because it was the muscle, the pec muscle that tore. But both of my biceps, the word biceps is because it has two tendons. Well, they cover like 80-20. 80% on one, 20% on the other. And when people break the other one, they usually like it, men especially, because it gives them what they call a Popeye muscle. It lets the muscle ball up instead of staying stretched. It makes it look balled up, so you look like you got a little brown muscle. Mine broke, it didn't give me the muscle. Yeah, there you go. Now these are, and you know what my wife told me this morning? I have skinny old man arms. Yeah, yeah. My wife said this to me.
Was she looking for a poke in the eye, like Three Stooges style, or what?
She was looking at my hand to see if it was swollen, and then she said, "You got skinny old man arms now."
Okay,
thanks, woman.
From one dude to another dude. Not that I was looking all that carefully, but when I met you, you did not look like you had skinny old man arms.
Well, they are compared to what they were when she met me.
I mean, they're not huge, bulging, ripped beasts, but they're average size arms, I would say.
Yeah, they fit my body.
Yeah. Yo, fans like, how dare her?
And I got wrinkled skin. That's the other thing.
Secret Owner Stacker. See, he's always poking. He's always poking at people. I like it. It's like I love Bassman's wife. I've heard good things about those. Mr. Chad. See, Growler Stacker said, my for all pretends to be asleep when on duty.
Yeah, my deal with it is mine isn't really that much pain. Unless I try to squeeze them into a fist or something. But it does ache a little, but it's the tingling that's driving me nuts. And the swollen hand, it makes it hard to drive my mouse.
These three right here,
yeah,
are cold.
Mine's the other side.
And tingly all the way up my arm, permanently.
Mine's on the first three and up the inside of my arm.
Oh, so it's your driving fingers for your mouse.
Yeah, that's what I say. Running this mouse is hard.
Oh wow! You might as well just start pounding on it then.
I'd have to get my. Ken of mine says if I got my pants aren't under my armpits, I'm doing okay. Yeah, well, I don't pull them up that far, but they could probably. If I could get them past that roll in the middle.
Get past that muffin top in the middle.
Yeah. Actually, I've lost over 100 and something pounds, about about 100 pounds, a little more since I've met you 5 years ago, Tony.
Yep.
So I was a lot bigger.
Kid of mine's going back to when Amy was talking about Baba getting in the toothpaste. Amy, you just never know what they're going to get into, especially the strange stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ozzy used to come with stuff through the house, and you'd be like, "Where in the world? We don't even own that, do we? Where did you go to the store? Where in the hell did you get that at?" And all of a sudden,
I think I've told you this, Tiny, but the one time I was sitting, we had hardwood floors where we were living, and I heard this noise. Well, we had a dog that was a rat terrier, and he loved ink pens. You couldn't leave an ink pen anywhere. He would get it and tear it up. And so anyway, we're sitting there one night watching TV, and we hear this noise. Clip, 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 coming down the hall. So I got up to see what he was doing because I thought he was probably found him a pen or something. Here comes my dog with his head on the ground and his foot on his nose and up by his nose and walking, trying to walk. So every time he'd take a step, he had to move his head.
huh.
He had bitten a tube of super glue, poked a hole in it, and it glued his lip to his foot.
Oh
Because
no!
he tried to rake it off his lip with his foot.
Oh,
So now his lip was glued to his foot, and he was coming down the hallway trying to walk with his lip and his foot stuck to a tube of super glue.
oh man!
It's a wonder he didn't super glue himself to the floor.
Oh, have you seen? Speaking of super gluing yourself to something, have you seen what those the folks that are the all against oil people, the quit using oil people? They're super gluing themselves to the highways, like their hand, like the palms of their hands, the soles of their feet. They're super gluing them to the road.
Yeah.
Well, people are just grabbing them and moving them.
I was going to say, they leave part of them there when they leave.
That's what they're doing, and I'm like, holy smoke!
Luckily, I had some super glue remover and got it off of him. The poor little fellow was glued to his foot.
Scott S is bringing
lucky
rain
it
from the
didn't get
past.
in his mouth too, because he bit it.
Oh
Made a hole in it, but it just glued his lip to his foot. It didn't glue his mouth together or anything.
Well, now speaking from experience, I'm not going to tell the situation and how it happened, but no, I'm going to, because that's the kind of guy I am, because I'll tell myself every time. I was super gluing something because I do the remote control cars and stuff. Well, I was super gluing two plastic pieces together, and I was putting in my mouth what I thought was the cap of this industrial strength CA glue, not just super glue, CA glue. I mean, this stuff bonds like
instant
mortar.
Yep.
I mean, it's heavy duty. Well, I put the tube in my mouth instead of putting the cap in my mouth. Not noticing it, holding the two pieces together for a couple seconds because it only takes a couple seconds to bond. Yeah. I glued my bottom teeth to my lip. Kid you not, for 20 minutes. I'm sitting there real easy in the bathroom mirror with the super glue remover. Going a little bit at a time. Trying not to get it in my mouth, on a Q-tip, just rolling it back and forth, trying to get my teeth. Finally, they cut loose, but man, that stuff was on my lip for probably 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Could not get it off.
That stuff can be a real hazard. You
Oh, yeah.
somebody's hands, put their hands together, they can't come apart.
Oh, yeah. Done. Ronco, there's the name for the past. He made millions off that. Oh, yeah. Set it and forget it. I remember Ron Popeil. Like Mr. Dennis D said, he died in 2021. Love the Ronco infomercials. Yeah. Dr. 55 Chevy says, last night I got 6 rolls of 1964 pennies like the 4 I sent you a while back. Beautiful BUs for $10. Wow.
6 rolls. Wow.
Nice. Please smash that likey for the boys. That's right. If you have not already, please hit the like button. Lets YouTube know that we're doing something right. We got 15 folks in here. A little less than usual. Don't know what's going on. Probably Mr. Kevin. Mr. Kevin's not here.
Yeah, Kevin's our draw. Yeah.
Kevin's our draw. So any alcohol or WD-40 will remove it, except for CA glue. That high strength gel CA glue for like modeling and stuff like that. That stuff is, you have to have a special remover. Then once that remover gets a hold of it, it really don't work all that well. It'll take the pieces apart, but it's still got real heavy film left on there from it. Nail polish remover will work on regular super glue. Yep, for sure.
Any fisherman in the crowd, if you fish for a long period of time with line, or you've put it up and you're getting ready to take it out and reuse it, WD-40 will freshen up your line. And like if you've been fishing with it and it's messing up a lot, you can squirt it with WD-40. It knocks the like monofilament line especially will soak up water. And you hit it with that WD-40, it knocks the water out of it. And so it will act better.
You know why it knocks the water out of it, don't you?
You can, yeah, because it's water displacement.
That's what WD means, folks.
Yep.
And 40 means it was the 40th try that they used to displace the water. So water displacement, number 40, the 40th try.
Buy this high dollar spray. You can buy a high dollar spray that you spray on reels and stuff, to treat the line. Or you can go buy a cheap can of WD-40.
Mm-hmm. You see, now here within the last, I don't know, I guess 20 years, they've actually added a tiny bit of lubricant to the WD-40.
Yeah.
Now, when WD-40 first come out, you try to use it as lubricant, it would dry up whatever you're trying to lubricate. But now people will use WD-40 as a lubricant. But you always get them people. You always get them people online saying that's water displacement 40. They don't, but they're not accounting for they actually added a little lubricant in there now.
It's got some stuff in it that will lubricate. But there you go. Scott said it. You spray WD-40 on something, it will gum up bad. I used to be a typewriter repairman back when there were such things as typewriters. And we had more typewriters come in from nothing more than people spraying the key, the arms that come up. They would spray the arms with WD-40.
Yep.
Well,
that collects every little piece of dirt and debris.
Every piece of dust that came by and stuck to it. And it'll turn just gummy, like a paste. And then the keys won't work. Yep. So yeah, you have to use a dry silicone. That we used one called pen lube, I think it was. But yeah, anything that's oil based, you don't want near a typewriter.
No. Like that old 3-in-1 oil that you used to have years ago. Well, I guess
Yep.
they still have it, but
It
that was the
loosens it up
go-to
and
for
make it work
years.
good for a minute. But
Yeah.
not long.
Yep. Anything petroleum based will really.
I don't guess you could use WD-40 on coins.
Hush your face.
I don't think it would help any.
No, not at all. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Just not. Nope. Not going to go there. Mr. Wiles Palladino. Good morning. Man, that's a good looking logo. Saying good morning, friends. It's eye catching. I seen him come in. As soon as he come in, it popped up, and I was like, wow, look at that.
It's that logo.
There, StreamYard goes messing with the thing again. Sam's Club has knocked Christmas shopping off the list early. Just dinged on my phone. So you want to go to Sam's Club. Not a lot of people have those anymore. The problem with WD-4 is that you get that it'll come up. What was used before monofilament line? Asking Dennis D.
What was used before monofilament?
Mm-hmm.
Braided. They used to use braided line when fishing first started out. And then they went to monofilament, and then they went back to braided.
Yep, spider wire.
A lot of spider wire and stuff like that. Exactly. And now they're using stuff with different copolymers and things like that. But what's the fluorocarbon?
Oh yeah.
They sink. They won't float very well, and they're not as stretchy as monofilament. You would not believe how much monofilament stretches.
Oh yeah.
You pull.
Oh, C. Griller Stacker says radio host in radio station in LA used to have a morning show. One of the hosts lived next to Ron Popeil. Ron was having a lot of work done on the property, and he promised his neighbors he would make it up to them. One day they came home to a rotisserie on the porch. Because you use a rotisserie every day. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
my problem would have been I couldn't spell it to put it on the text.
I mean, if you said it and forget it every day, you'd forget about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's right. Kennel Mine's better than nothing. Dennis D's thanking you, Bass Man.
I got a reel from I think it was from my father-in-law that I had that all it had was braided line on it. It was that old. And they started monofilament when I was a kid somewhere, because I remember at 5 years old using monofilament. So they've had it a while. But before that, it was just braid.
Yeah, I remember standing on one side of the. I do too, Kennel Mine. I like this talky Bass Man. Yep. Try to get him to talk all the time, but he says he don't want to talk over me and Mr. Kevin.
I don't want to interfere with you and Kevin doing good things.
You ain't interfering with nothing, brother. Your name's on the show, damn it.
Oh, well.
But
Talking with Tiny.
Oh, well. But it says and Bassman right there. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. It says Talking with Tiny and Bassman because Mr. Kevin is on the road Wednesday, 10/18/23. But I remember sitting on one side of the room with an old spool of Berkeley monofilament line, with a pencil through it. My dad just sitting there watching
Yeah.
TV, reeling the reel. That was the horrible old days back in the
Yeah.
because I couldn't see the TV, see, because I was sitting over beside the TV across the room.
Yeah, he was facing the TV probably.
He's sitting there watching TV, and I'm sitting over beside it holding the reel, holding the spool of
Yeah.
fishing line.
And then they tell you to put tension on it, and you try to, and it burns you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, sure does. Put it right next to that plastic, buddy, and hold on to it.
I used to do a demonstration for people. I could take 40-pound monofilament line and using a piece of cloth to hold it so it didn't cut me. I
Yeah.
could snap it with 2 fingers
Oh, wow.
because monofilament is great for fishing,
You can't.
but it hates friction and it hates battery acid.
Ah.
Battery acid turns it to crystal. And if you put a piece of cloth on it and then put 2 fingers on each side, pinch it between your finger and thumb and slide it real fast, it'll melt it and burn it in 2.
That's not the kind of
that's
demonstrations I used to do. I used to bend 3/4 inch rebar and frying pans and rip phone books into and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Ken of mine was telling me here a while back. She wanted to see me rip a phone book into, and I was like, "Well, there's a trick to it. I can show you."
Yeah.
I just haven't found a phone book. Yeah.
Take an apple and just put your thumb on the end of it and pop it in 2.
Yeah.
It takes some grip, but back in the day, I had it.
Azure Blue, good morning, sir. Good morning, my beautiful stacking brothers and sisters. You are amazing. Please help others along their journey that are not as fortunate as you.
If they're not as fortunate as me, then people's bad off.
Yeah, really. Really, really bad. Now I play a video game, and I find myself every day when somebody's looking for something, and if I have more than one of them, they're getting one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's, just like any other online game, there's you can go into a town and you can start searching for stuff. Want to buy this, or this, want to trade this, or want to sell this. Well, if they're looking for something and I have 2 or 3 of them, well, what do I need 2 or 3 of them for? Here, you can have one. No big deal. No, ain't no need to pay me. I've got 2 or 3. Here, you can have one of them. I'm always doing that kind of thing. And
that's just in a video game and all that, but it still shows people's character, because there are a lot of people that would, no, I'll sell it to you for a fortune.
Yeah. And Zoe, with her kind heart, every time we go by somebody with like an animal or something like that beside the road, with a sign, it's horrible to say, but you really can't trust people with what you're going to give them. If you're going to give them money, you can't trust what they're going to do with it. But now we will go buy that dog a small bag of dog food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to make sure that animal is taken care of. We will drive through McDonald's. If we have the money, we will buy a couple cheeseburgers and give them a couple cheeseburgers, and to make sure that they do have something to eat and their dog is going to be taken care of at least for a couple days. You know what I mean? That way we're helping, but we're not feeding something that we don't need to be feeding. You know what I mean?
The ones that are standing out there wasting your time, is if you try to give them a hamburger. They're
Mm-hmm.
starving. Oh, their sign says how bad off they are. But you try to give them a hamburger and they won't take it. They're not there for the right reasons. Because,
Right. No, I'd rather have the money. What?
yeah, I want money.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, I've had several of them. We try to give them a hamburger and they turn it down.
That's horrible.
Big Apple Stacker.
Big Apple Stacker. Good to see you, buddy. Saying good morning, everyone. Scott S says he has to run. If you're still here, Scott S, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
And if you left a little sooner, you could have walked. No.
Tiny, I'm a firm believer if you give, you will get back tenfold. Absolutely. Yes. Every time.
Every time.
A lot of people don't believe in karma. I'm a firm believer in what you put out, you're going to get back.
Does that mean if I put out a new back, I get a new back?
Did you hear that, Bathman?
Sorry.
No.
She said, does that mean if I put out a new back, I'm going to get a new back because her back's bothering her?
Yeah, really. Yeah. Could you put out a knee or?
Put it out there in the universe.
Yeah.
That's what that movie and book, The Secret's, all about.
Yeah.
Sure, Bruce says there's a homeless tent city in Pompeo Beach. I passed on the way home running features in Fort Lauderdale. Always has a case of water and McDonald's gift cards I hand out a few times every month. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like I say, the ones that'll take that are the ones that really need it. You know, I mean, they're not there just for, you know, I've seen them leave, you know, the street corner, walk half the block and get in the BMW and drive home.
Yeah. Oh, they followed somebody like that, one of them nightline things. They followed this woman. She looked like she had been there for months. They followed her down the street into a parking garage up on the second floor. She jumped in a brand new Mercedes.
Yeah.
And she said, why would I not do that? There's 100,000 people walk by that street corner every day. If only half of them give me $1, that's $50,000 a day.
Yeah.
And
you remember back when I was so sick, I told you I couldn't mow the yard?
Yeah.
A guy showed up. They unloaded, got off, talked to us first, but they wanted to mow the yard. When we wanted to pay them, we could. If they didn't, they just do it anyway. Guy had no legs. Had one of those lawnmowers you steer with your hands.
Oh, yeah, it's your turn.
And he'd get up there on that lawnmower and take off mowing, and he mowed our whole yard for us and didn't expect a penny in, you know, compensation. But he just noticed our yard hadn't been mowed. And, well, of course, when it was waist high, it wasn't hard to notice. But, yeah, he stopped and mowed our yard with, you know, him with no legs. And I've seen him, I don't know how many times between here and town, sitting on the side of the, you know, one of the stop signs coming off the freeway or something.
Yeah.
He sits up there and collects money.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes.
Silver Wolverine, good to see you, buddy. Glad to see you. Really glad to see you. Hey, Yo Fan's going to start by putting out a bank account. Oh, here's one. Woman says she needed gas to go get her daughter. I said, pull over to the gas station next door. Filled it up and held under $5. What? See? Ridiculous. That's what we were just talking about, Big Apple Stacker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you see a lot of them there. Let's see. Silver Stacker saying hello to Bass Man. That is everywhere now, Apple. Yep. For sure. It's getting bad. It's getting real bad. I mean, it's went down in the last 5 or 6 years, significant bit of homeless, but it's still bad. I mean, I don't get political, but we can do something. I'm not saying who could do something, or not saying that they should do something, but this is supposedly the greatest country in the world. In the world. Thousands of countries, and this is the greatest one in the world. And we have as many homeless people as we do.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. None.
I'll get political for a few minutes. Hand me your headset.
No, you're not getting political for a couple seconds. I'm not giving you my headset.
No, no. Blocker.
Not block. Fast fans want me to block you. Don't be getting on your computer. I don't want to hear it.
You better be glad I'm comfortable.
I better be glad she's comfortable. Yes. Businesses are having a hard time finding workers. There are restaurants in Cincinnati, Ohio, huge city, one of the biggest cities in America, Cincinnati. There's a lot of people here. There are stores that close at 4 and 5 o'clock in the day because they don't have enough workers to work the evening shift.
Yeah.
That's serious. I'm not lying to you. We went to the store and it's closed. Closed. No workers for second shift. What? There's more jobs out there right now than there was 10, 15 years ago. And nobody to fill them. Or nobody wants to fill them. It makes no sense to me. Silver Wolverine says, when I went to California for the first time in 2019, Anaheim and Disneyland, it was very dirty and lots of homeless. Absolutely. My mother lived in Hawaii for 8 years. People come to the land of, milk and honey in Hawaii just to be homeless. I mean, it's crazy. They save enough money to buy a ticket. My brother-in-law's actually asked people, why live here? Why not live in the continental United States or something? Oh no, this is Hawaii. We come here to be homeless because this is where everybody comes on vacation. This is where you can get the most money at.
Yeah.
Damn. My favorite episode of Barney Miller was when the guy arrested for panhandling used his phone to call his maid to let him know it's going to be late for dinner.
Well, the best thing I've found about that, and I've seen so many people that can work from home,
Yep.
Their jobs could let them work. When I first started my problems with migraines, they were letting me work from home, and I was actually working more hours at home than I was going in. But they had to let me go because the receptionist started throwing a fit and was going to sue them because she couldn't work from home too.
The receptionist.
The receptionist, yeah, the one sitting in front of the door greeting people. She couldn't work from home, so she threw a fit.
Huh.
They'd call me at 11 o'clock at night and say, I need this by 5 in the morning. And I bet she wouldn't have done it. But yet they had to let me go because I couldn't go into work because I pass out. And
Yeah.
smack into
crazy.
things
Yeah.
like the concrete floor.
Yeah. Silver Gator, hi, how you are? I'm so glad for me to see you. I guarantee.
So
Good morning, sir. Big Apple Stacker's talking about the mayor dressing very sharply. And yep, and Brown Sugar's backing it up. Yeah, he's sharp. Big Apple Stacker, sometimes when I wear my Morgan Peace dollar necklace, if I get double take, I gotta tuck it. I believe I'm gonna have to call it early. My tooth is absolutely killing me. That's why I haven't been on camera a lot. I've been holding my face and holding liquid in my jaw to kind of trim down on the pain a little bit. There's a tip and trick for you folks if you didn't know. Get some sort of cool liquid and put it in your mouth and hold it on the tooth you're having a toothache on. For some reason, that helps it out a lot. Let's just go ahead and end it off together here. What do you say, Bass Man?
All right. Well, I'm wishing I was fishing, except now I don't want to go because my arm hurts.
I wish I was fishing feeling better.
Yeah, I wish I felt better.
I'm wishing I was feeling better so I could go fishing.
Yeah, there you go.
All righty, folks. It was good to see you guys on Wednesday. We'll see you here on Friday. Don't know if Mr. Kevin will be back from his show or not.
I don't know.
But we'll find out before then. I love each and every one of you, and I hope this finds you guys safe and healthy. And you guys don't forget to check that pocket change because you never know what you got in your pocket until you look. That's right, Yo fan.